Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host Brian, and today I'm talking Ready to Love. This is season 9, episode 14. This is the reunion part 2. So this is actually the last final episode of the season, and we pick back up where no Alexis, as last week she walked off after her and LaRon's argument blow up, and then other cast members got involved. But I would have actually liked it for her to be back because there was a moment with they talked about the group chat tonight that I think would have nice to hear her opinion on it and some of the other things, just because she had a lot to say, and it just would have been nice for that part. But so this part of the reunion, they're really going through a lot of the cast members, like, and they just kind of play back some other moments. First one we start with is Lamar, and he, if anybody remembers, I know he got eliminated a while ago, but he was the one who was very sexual and would say very forward and like and he like we were first introduced him when he was asking Vanessa and Patrice, "Would you go skinny dipping?" Not Patrice. Damn, I don't remember. Sheeta, and that's kind of what we were introduced to. And he says like, yeah, he might be a little much, but he's just upfront. He says how it is, says what's on his mind. Someone may like that. Doesn't look like any of the cast really did, obviously, because not a lot of women liked the way he was talking, but yeah, we got a little more him. He's definitely interesting. Then we got Jonathan. Jonathan Playback. He was the one who had he was married, he had a child, and had a little miscommunication with Meika and other women when he like said that they thought he just had a baby mama, not I guess an ex-wife. I don't know why. What's I guess the difference, but yeah, the main thing though is he did the whisper thing during the pajama party where he grabbed Alexis and whispered in her ear. And this is one of the other parts that I'd like to actually have heard from her, because that was a weird and wild moment when he looked like he was like biting her ear off like Mike Tyson. So they talk about that. They go into the foot fetish thing, talk about some of the guys because that's Jonathan and Alonzo, and just about feet in general. And William had a funny comment in the backstage camera. He's like, "How do you get into that?" And he's like, and somebody was like, "You wouldn't." You'd only know if you were into it, like what it was, and it was funny. Like some of the backstage, I really like that. I like that part of this show. Does with the reunion. I thought it's really cool. All right, then we get to Chaz. So Chaz was the big part, with the preview where he's like he has a date set. Backstage is just shaking their head at this guy anytime he's talking. This guy just was put on a performance. Uh, what he said, this is one of the things that he said that was just great. Like he just summed this up, but he was like, I don't know how much harder I need to show that I'm into you. Like Vanessa, I gave you 2 dozen roses and I gave other women 1 dozen. It's just like it's such dumb stuff. He um was comparing like basically Vanessa didn't like his dog or wasn't gonna like be in love with his dog, which I totally can understand. And he was like, well, comparing it to like her children, like I'm never gonna be in love with your children. And she was like, well, I think it's a little different. And I agree with her. Like he's just, oh man, he calls Vanessa a narcissist. I mean, it's so bad. And then he says that he is engaged and he has a date set. And somebody says out loud that it's been 3 months since I guess the show ended that they did the reunion. And he has apparently he was dating this woman before the process, and she was okay with him going on. And so it basically sounds like he was dating somebody this entire time. And the comment about like there's 11 women, somebody said, I don't remember exactly who said it in the maybe in the backstage, but really was dating 11 women because there was 10 on the show and then this other girl that he was with. So yeah, I kind of wish this went out more with a bang. It kind of just like came and went. I was a little disappointed like that. I thought this was going to be like the heavy hitter of the episode, like talking Chaz, just with all the connections he has, all the drama that he caused. And he's just an interesting, he's very it's interesting. Yeah. I think Vanessa was like, I don't think you knew that rose stunt you pulled. I don't think it landed the way it didn't hit the way you thought it would. And I agree. And it's just yeah, I would like to know. They need to check in with that wedding. That'd be really funny to honestly know about. So then we go over to LeBron, and he basically is still into Maya. He did like 2 weeks after they stopped talking, when he said he went back on the streets, he was partying up, and then he wanted to talk to her again, and he like is trying to get back with her. Like he admitted out on the stage that he's like that's the only girl he's pursuing. She says the door is slightly open. So yeah, and then we get to the group chat talk, and this kind of is really just this is LaRon and William going at each other, just kind of throwing insults at each other, fake chain, and other people will just kind of, well, the other Williams, like, I want to stay out of it. And they're just basically, and like LaRon actually hands Tommy the phone. He reads some of the text, basically what William was saying. And he kind of got caught saying, like, oh, like, we, who to get rid of and things like that. And it's definitely interesting. And like Tommy's like, look, this stuff, if you just didn't go in the group chat, you probably would have had a better time with this process and it probably would have went better for a lot of you. And some of the other people agree with that. Like, look, we should have just stayed within the process, like the group chat, the kind of ruin things. And some of the guys did say that. So then we move to Justin and Meika. So they come on. They're the only couple that lasted. So the big thing here is like he kind of wanted kids, but he said that he's willing to not have kids because he was already the stars already aligned for him finding Meika on this process. Because remember, like Glenn didn't show up, so Justin was the alternate. So if Glenn actually did go through the show, Justin would have been on here. He said like just can't throw something away that's so great. Their end goal is marriage. They're taking their time. They have said they love each other. They don't have a key to each other's place yet, but I mean that's also just not rushing it. I think that's like a smart move. I really like Justin. I thought he was a good dude. A lot of the women that when he was talking about her, the backstage camera, no one had anything bad to say about Justin at all. So hopefully they're still together. I haven't looked anything up, but I like him. I like her. I thought it was cool. Yeah. So then we kind of catch up with Glenn because he was doing speed dating the entire both reunions, and apparently he dated Kashia's fifth cousin in high school, so she stopped talking to him after that on the speed date. And then Tommy's like, "Hey, let's check in with everyone else, see where everything's going." This is kind of where we found out about the marriage as the end goal for Justin and Meika. William with the fake chain he says he's talking to two girls. I guess I don't know. Some people are just like shaking their head when they hear that. William and Patrice, they're going on a fair date. She said like he still owes that to her. And so maybe that could be a connection there. Like I think that's good. He said he's working on himself. I know he had some stuff going on with his dad. So it's good to hear that things are all right there. Vanessa and Dominique are kind of dating, and another one that's good. I think Vanessa deserved a little better after what like Chaz was just a dork with what he was doing to her at the end, and just like his whole theatrics. But I always liked Dominique. I feel like he seemed like a cool dude to me. He wasn't on the show as much as some of the other guys were, and like I think that again, that if my memory serves me correctly, he didn't live as close to the city as everybody else. So he didn't love the driving. I think Tommy made a joke about that in one of the lounge sessions. But and then this is where Maya says the door's not closed on LaRon. I don't know. LaRon kind of sucks. The way he talks to chicks, just the way also that the way Maya said their last situation where she really was like, "I'm done with this." That they barely even know each other. How's that going to get any better? So, hey, it is what it is. Do what you got to do. But I really enjoyed the season. I want to thank again everyone who suggested it in the comments. I thought it was a great show. I just wish it wasn't on Fridays, but I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I can't wait to go back and watch past seasons. Tommy made a remark in the thing. I'll see you next time. So I guess that means it will be season 10. I haven't heard anything about it. Haven't seen anything, but I will definitely be here. Hopefully maybe Bill can come on board. Bill was kind of watching it in the background. He said he enjoyed it. I thought it was a good show. I know it's not getting the views, but I really enjoyed it. It's a lot better than some of the shows that we cover on this page. So I appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody watching and sticking through the whole season. And just again, this is what happens when you suggest a show. Things can happen. It could hit for one of us, and we'll end up doing a review and cover for the rest of the season. So definitely do that, and any other comments as well. We appreciate it, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your weekend. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you.